Ralph and I talked about this a lot. We walked through so many scenarios. Ralph has strong thoughts on this, Will. Maybe going the way that you don't think they go. I don't know if you do. So, Ralph, you kick us off here. Is Indiana a true playoff contender in your mind? Give us the spiel because you're going to get clipped. This is going on the tube, so I want to hear what you got to say.
Look, Bryce, you have to back me up on this one because I said it to you earlier. They are a good team. They are a well-coached team. I like Curt Cignetti. I thought he did great. James Madison in his time there. Him get the Indiana job, I was kind of surprised that's where he went to. Google him if you don't know who he is. I was kind of shocked he took the Indiana job at first, but obviously he's done terrific there in year one. Are they a playoff contender? If they go undefeated and they win at Columbus, Ohio, absolutely. I believe they will. But they have to.
Who's that at the top of the Big Ten standings?
It's Oregon and Indiana both.
That's the Indiana Hoosiers.
Yes. All right, is that what you're trying to say?
All right, we got to let Ralph finish his point let's.
They have they have the weakest schedule in the Big Ten as of right now. Who they play in the Big Ten? They have played UCLA, Maryland, Northwestern, Nebraska. Okay, they blew out Nebraska.
Western Illinois.
I said the Big Ten teams. They're not the Big Ten.
Western Illinois is a dog.
Yeah, okay. They had to play Michigan State and Michigan, who are obviously not who they've been in the past, and then had to go to Ohio State. If you somehow win that game in Ohio State, by God, all means, you deserve the playoff spot.
Regardless of what happens in the Big Ten title game.
Right. You will be a one-loss Big Ten runner-up, you're in. But if you lose to Ohio State and you're not making it to the championship game, I don't see you being in the playoff because your record is good, but you haven't played anyone in the Big Ten yet. You don't play you're not playing Oregon, USC, Penn State. I'm just saying teams. They're the considered top teams. It's just, to me, I don't see Indiana being in the playoff spot.
Coach Cigarettes, the coach.
Have you seen what they did? They made the little flag, the towels with the Marlboro
man, and put his face on it.
They put Cignetti on it. And they gave him out during the game. So,
well, before I take it to Will, because Ralph, that you have a point, and that's why I did not put them in my projected playoff heading into Week 10. Because if you lose to Ohio State, what's your quality win? Like, I think a 2-loss SEC team would get the nod over them because they're going to have a quality win over Indiana. It doesn't mean what they're not doing as well, and it doesn't mean they don't deserve it. It's just I don't know if they're going to get the nod. So that's kind of what we're talking about. Will, Ralph and I talked about it a long time. Will, your thoughts on this? Because I think you like Cignetti. I think you're ready to see him learn the creed if necessary. And
it won't happen though. He's from the Saban tree. That won't happen. Barring just a collapse in November, Indiana's in the playoff. They're in. I don't know how you leave out a team that goes. Let's say they lose to Ohio State, goes 11-1, and you keep them out of the playoff. I don't know how. I mean, you can't blame them for not playing anybody. They play in the Big Ten. You can't. Yeah. It's not their fault. They did get the luck this year of having a light schedule, but Nebraska, they were ranked when they played them. That's a ranked win.
That's true.
And until this past week, I thought Nebraska season was over after what Indiana did to them.
Yeah, that was ugly.
Yeah, but I mean, seeing what Nebraska did, Indiana, you could think could go in there and
if they win, absolutely. But
yeah.
I mean, that being the only ranked win is a Nebraska.
Doesn't matter. I don't think it matters. You have to be. Where did he just go? Bryce left. He went all the way out.
Yeah, we lost Bryce for the rest of the show apparently.
But to finish, he's back. But to finish my point, you can only play the teams on your schedule, and if they beat everybody on their schedule, minus top 2 team, the best roster in the country that everybody's talked about, if that's their only loss, you can't keep them out of the playoff. And it's the way they're doing it. I mean, they beat Nebraska 56-7, Washington 31-17, still got a good roster, still got good players. Northwestern blow out like they should, Maryland blow out like they should. I mean, they're blowing everybody out.
I think if they lose to Ohio State, how that game looks is going to matter a lot. because
It had to be
if
a
Ohio
close
State
loss.
blows them out, which I don't think they will. I mean, if Ohio State wins again, I think it's going to be a close game. I do think Indiana's a legit team. Like you don't. I want to say this. I agree with Ralph's point that there's going to be the people against Indiana as an 11-1 team are going to say, "Where's your quality win?" But then I'm also going to agree with Will's point in the sense of you don't luck yourself in to going 11-1. Like that's not something you just fall into. So it's great points on both sides of the argument, on both sides of the line, I should say. I keep falling back to what happened to Florida State last year. I know it was a quarterback thing. I just wonder if that's going to be something where it comes into play. I don't know. I could see it going, back and forth. Jonesy says, "And FSU was ranked when Tech played them, so well, they're the worst team ever."
Exactly. Tech,
it is.
Tech
This
has
is
a top 10 win.
Great. Mindfish, welcome to the channel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Based on resume, should a 10-2 Mizzou or 11-1 Indiana make the playoff first? Who do you think more likely would? Indiana. Missouri's done. It's over. They're not going 10-2, but they're over. Appreciate you, Mindfish, for tuning in.
They
So
should have
Indiana
lost to
True Playoff
Auburn. They get blown out by Alabama the following week. They
They
get
get
blown out by
by
Texas
A&M.
A&M.
They got to play Oklahoma, South Carolina, at Mississippi State, and Arkansas at home left.
I could see 8-4.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the games where they could have got quality wins. Talking about Missouri,
Yeah.
They got blown out in them. It's like they didn't show up.
Yeah,
We're
they
still
got
live on
blown
that.
out
Texas A&M and
2
Alabama.
games this year, and both their losses have been blowouts.
Yeah.
Their other ranked win is
41-10.
Boston College. Was Boston College ranked at the time?
Yeah, they were 24th, I think, at the time.
I think they're 24th again.
Are they 24th now?
I think so.
Yeah, they were 24th at the time. They were 24th, and Missouri was 6th at the time.
God, Missouri was 6th in the country. Oh my gosh, that's crazy to think about.
Yeah,
I thought they were a
says,
playoff team.
"What's up, by the way? I'm Crayfish from the Discord. First time making a live show. What's up, my friend?
Glad you're here, man.
Indiana true playoff contender. Yes, they can be.
Yes, I mean I agree. They are a contender. Do they
Are
get
they
in? I have to wait till I see Columbus.